Community Relations Manager for City Current. Thank you so much for joining us today for our virtual nonprofit tour of Pencil. Normally we would be hosting these tours in person, but under the current circumstances, we are so fortunate to be able to host them safely via Zoom. Now today we are in for a treat because whether in person or virtual, the purpose of these tours remains the same, is to spotlight wonderful organizations in Middle Tennessee and the efforts that they're doing in our community and learn how we can come alongside and support those efforts and their mission. Today we are joined by Sandra Harris, a Senior Partnership Manager with Pencil. She'll be kicking off today's tour, followed by later a Q&A with Angie Adams, who's also on this call. She's the CEO of Pencil. So be sure to put those questions throughout the tour in the chat box. Andrew Bartolotta, City Current's Director of Digital Media, is also joining us on the tour. He'll be taking those questions throughout and moderating that at the end. So once again, thank you all for joining us. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Sandra to kick off today's tour. Sandra?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this virtual tour of the Pencil headquarters here in West Nashville. As Meredith mentioned, I'm Sandra Harris, Senior Partnership Manager here at Pencil, a nonprofit that links community resources with Metro Nashville Public Schools through robust partnerships between businesses and community partners. Our name, fun fact, our name is an acronym. Pencil stands for Public Education Needs, Community Involvement, and Leadership. So today you'll not only get a glimpse into Pencil's world, but you'll learn more about Pencil's signature programs, and you'll get to meet some of our amazing team. But before we go in, I'm going to turn you around so you can see our view. Ready? Here we go. There we go. Our building sits on what was formerly a corrections complex. But thanks to the generosity and vision of our friends at Rogers Group, we were able to convert and renovate and move into this space as a full-fledged warehouse space 2 years ago. The move brought all of our programs and staff under one roof for the first time and helped us to take our LP Pencil Box, that's our free teacher supply store, to the next level. So having access to a loading dock, there you go, and having access to pallet racking has enabled us to more than double the size of our shop, has enabled us to accept tractor trailer loads of product, that's a lot of product, and has enabled us to distribute more than $1.5 million in supplies to Nashville teachers annually. Woohoo! Recently, Rogers Group not only extended our lease, so we're going to be here for a while, they've extended our lease, and they also donated the other half of our building. This is going to allow us to greatly expand our volunteer capacity and ultimately to get more supplies into teachers' hands. Now, let's head inside. Here we go. We're going to learn more about Pencil's programs and meet more of our team. So, do-do-do-do, little traveling music, do-do-do-do. Here to share more is LP Pencil Box Manager, Joel Wright. Hi, Joel.
Thanks, Sandra. We are here inside the LP Pencil Box warehouse. This is where all the magic happens for us. We welcome teachers into this space. They're going to grab a cart and they move on. Teachers always have to spend upwards of hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be able to fill the gap between what the parents and families are able to provide and what they need to properly do educational activities with their students. As a result, 15 years ago in 2006, we instituted the LP Pencil Box with a major continuous gift from Louisiana Pacific. We are just so happy for you guys to be here today. Their teachers are able to come in, all Metro teachers, multiple times a year, and as we move through, they're able to come shop and get the tools they need to lead their classrooms effectively. It is completely free of charge, and we are so happy that they are able to do it. So let's go shopping.
Woohoo!
Teachers grab a cart, and they come on down here towards our store. So we are excited. Obviously, over the last 3 months, we have taken a change of pace as we have not been able to be open between the tornadoes and everything else. We switched our programs completely over to making student packs that could be distributed via pickups. Right here, we have a couple of examples of these. We were able to distribute over $200,000 worth of materials between tornado relief and COVID-19 relief directly to schools and families and students. So those are a couple examples. We were able to provide over 6,500 of those kits, and we were very happy to do so. So come on into our store. Sorry for it being a little bit of a mess with the change in what we were doing. The last couple months, plus being in our summertime, we've been sorting big donations as well as preparing for our audit and our great back to school event, hopefully, that will be getting going soon. It is a little bit of a mess, but as you can see around, this is where the teachers come. You can see tags, so comic books, they were allowed 5, spiral notebooks, all the items. They took one big loop around the store, and on average, they leave with $300 worth of supplies. This past year, we had about 2,000 teachers shop here in the store with our abbreviated shopping, but we were also able to make, with our band and other avenues, 3,800 teacher touch points outside of the classroom or outside of the shop. And then in total, we were able to give away about $1.8 million in supplies this year.
Yay.
So the teachers get to come through and they leave with a full shopping cart. We are able to fill this space thanks to generous donors, national brands, community partners, and individuals. Honestly, our biggest need is, and almost always is pencils. One teacher told us, actually lots of teachers tell us that the kids almost seems like they eat them. Read a study where 48 pencils per student per year is the average. So we love pencils, but we love all sorts of the core supplies, crayons, copy paper is a huge one, as well as several others. Just to kind of finish up, I'd love to kind of show you what the average teacher walks out of here with to give you an idea of the scope of how we are doing it. And so after they get through their whole circle, their cart is full, they come out to see us. And all of this is made possible through people volunteering. So if you'd like to volunteer, we'd love you here. When they get done, this is a pretty average haul of just core supplies from this year. And this is what the $300 gets made up of. There's also a lot of fun items that we didn't necessarily put out there, kind of one-offs. This year we were able to give away some really fun items like games. Puppets on a Stick was a popular one, and some other really fun items. So hope you've enjoyed your brief tour of the LP Pencil Box. We love this facility. It has given us the opportunity to have a warehouse space, 60 pallets spots, and this side has absolutely changed our mission. And so we are so happy to be able to share that with you.
Thank you, Joel. You know, everybody, I also have the opportunity to volunteer here in the LP Pencil Box. It is so much fun, especially when you get to volunteer during a teacher shopping day. In fact, if you would like to be a volunteer here in the LP Pencil Box, we would love to have you. You can sign up on Hands On Nashville. We collaborate with them as well. Now, moving along, one of the great things about officing in a converted warehouse is the flexibility it gives us to host volunteer and community events. For example, this is Pencil's kitchen area. Da-da-da, there we go. Oh, side note, we are so proud of the photos on our walls. Oftentimes you'll see photos that are stock, but not in this case. We are proud to say that the photos on our walls are of our Pencil partners and volunteers and staff, so we'd love to have you come out and visit. Our office space includes this kitchen area, which doubles as a supply packing space for volunteers, as well as an event space for things like our holiday open house and our volunteer celebration in the spring. This summer, we are going to be knocking down part of this wall, this wall right here. We are going to be knocking it down, and creating a new dedicated volunteer area so that we can host volunteer groups of up to 50 people. We're very excited about that. More volunteer space means we can pack supplies more quickly, turning over space to accept more product for teachers. Woohoo! Next, we're going to head toward our large conference room, little traveling music. In our large conference room, we are going to meet Sarah Aronson. Sarah is our Pencil Reading Partners and Background Check Coordinator, and she is going to tell us more about Pencil's reading program. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sandra. So I have the pleasure of working with our reading partner volunteers through our Reading Partners program that we develop in partnership with MNPF. This year, we have had the pleasure of having over 100 unique volunteers. We pull those volunteers from all areas of the community, including their business professionals, college students, and retirees. We have a very diverse group of volunteers that participate in our Reading Partners program. We have managed to serve almost 300 students this past school year, which is really incredible considering that the school year ended in March.
Here's Sarah to tell you a little bit more about our Reading Partners program. Carry on, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you. You can find out more at our website, pencilforschools.org. And there you can register, you can read more about the program. You can also complete the background check process, which is done at no cost to the volunteer. Pencil takes care of all of that. And you don't have to go anywhere but your laptop or mobile phone to complete it. It's super easy to get started, and we are currently working with the district to develop alternative delivery methods for the fall, knowing that we may not have the pleasure of being face-to-face with the students the entire year. So Pencil's working to be prepared for that, and we would love to have more reading partners join us in that and work closely with us to partner one-on-one with the elementary students of Metro Nashville schools. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your tour.
Thank you, Sarah. Now we're going to travel on upstairs to meet some more of the Pencil staff. You know, I also serve as a reading partner volunteer. In fact, I make sure that I meet with my reading buddy first thing Monday mornings because that sets a great tone for my week. There is nothing like watching your student learn a new word or see the pride on their face when they finish a book. And as a mentor, you're more than just someone for supporting reading. You are a caring and positive adult presence for those students. If you want to be a reading partner, this is a great way to volunteer. So we're heading upstairs to see our office space and to meet another member of the Pencil team. A little higher, da, da, da. As you can see, we have a very open layout up here. I'm gonna take you around in a circle. Da, da. Very open layout up here. This open layout also means that this is great for communicating and working together, great collaborative space. It also means that everyone on the staff is accessible throughout the workday. Hey, there's Joel, you guys just saw him. It also means that that accessibility extends to our VPs and our CEO. Right here, waiting at the work table, is Sarah Finney, our Programs and Volunteer Coordinator. Sarah, make sure I got you framed perfectly. Sarah has oversight on our 4 Family Resource Centers, or FRCs. Hey, Sarah, would you tell us more about the FRCs?
Of course. So our Family Resource Centers are school-based hubs for community resources. They look very different based on the communities that they're in. There are several Family Resource Centers across the district, but Pencil is the lead agency for 4 of them. So we have Family Resource Center coordinators at Antioch High School, Glencliff High School, Maplewood High School, and Tusculum Elementary School. Our coordinators go through and recruit partners from businesses and from just community partners in general, such as churches and individuals who would like to get involved with providing those wraparound services and subsistence needs for our families. So this can look like counseling. It can look like ELL classes for parents. It's all kinds of mentoring opportunities, college going, and employment opportunities for students and families. An example that's on the top of my mind from where we're doing reporting is one that our Tusculum Elementary School coordinator shared with us about a family. He recently moved here. He's Burmese, was interested in gaining internet access for the home. he reached out to our coordinator there at Tuscaloosa Elementary School, and she shared the Internet Essentials opportunity with him, and he got on board and sent her an email within the week, which is so exciting that he got email access. And then he sent her another one a couple months later saying, hey, I'm really interested in getting my GED. So reached back out. Mary was able to connect him with Tennessee Workforce Essentials, which is a great program, and he's now on track to get his GED, which is an amazing, wonderful story. For the past 3 months, our Family Resource Centers have been working their tails off, continuing to support MMPS students and families from after the tornado and now through the COVID pandemic. They've been handing out food boxes and hygiene supplies, lots of toilet paper, anything. And what the value of everything they've distributed over the past 2 months is over $277,000, which is amazing. They've served over 7,000 families through those drive-through distribution sites, which is wonderful as well. We're going to continue doing that work throughout the summer, just to maintain some consistency during this pandemic for our students and families. So if you're interested in getting involved with the Family Resource Centers, either during the school year through a program or this summer doing food distribution. My name's Sarah Finney. Look me up on Pencil's website, and I'd love to get you connected.
Thank you, Sarah. Now we're going to head back downstairs for the remainder of the tour. Here we go. Little traveling music. At the bottom of the stairs, we're going to take a right, and then we're going to take another right, and we're going to take a look at some offices down there and meet 2 more colleagues on the Pencil team. One of our favorite things is to share that public education is everyone's business. Mindful of that each day with our work. Now, in this area, we have smaller meeting rooms and semi-private spaces, like so. Restrooms to the right. And then over here on the left, waiting for us is one of my counterparts and the partnership manager in the Southeast Quadrant, Esther Bailey-Bass. Esther's going to share more about Pencil Partners. Hi, Esther.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. Hello. I'm Esther. I am the partnership manager for Pencil. And part of my work is that I recruit business partners, community partners, and other organizations to support our Metro Public Schools. I help to identify the needs in the schools. I go out and match those needs to businesses and then recruit them to come on board and support our students in a variety of different ways. I've been with Pencil now for about 2 years, and I've enjoyed this experience very much. And one of the ways in which our business partners help to support our schools is through our Academies of Nashville. Our Academies of Nashville is one of our flagship programs. And basically what that means is that it provides students with an opportunity to gain real-world experience and real-world connections so that they can go out into the world and be prepared for not just life, but also for their careers. Some of the ways in which our business partners help in that support is that they provide job shadow experiences, they provide internships, they even provide our teachers with externships where they come into the workplace and they learn more about the businesses and what those businesses do, and they're able to go back into the classroom and share that with students. Our business partners also support our elementary and middle schools through a myriad of ways there. Through our STEAM and STEM programs, they provide a great deal of support. And so I'm glad to share this information with you. Thank you so much for being with us. And one of the things that I do want to share is that public education is everybody's business. And that's what Pencil is here to do, is involve our community in the future success of our students and their career aspirations, and to support them through life.
Thank you, Esther.
Thank you, Sandra.
We're going to head out and down the hallway once again. I want to introduce you to one more person, our president and CEO, Angie Adams. But before I turn it over to Angie, there she is right there. Before I turn it over to Angie for more questions, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for spending part of your day touring Pencil with me. If you have any interest in being a business partner or community partners who support Metro schools, just reach out to Pencil. We are here to help. Without any further ado, here's Angie.
Thank you, team. Thank you, Sandra. So I appreciate all of you joining us today. We have been serving the Nashville community for 38 years, and we were created by the business community to serve Metro Nashville Public Schools. So it has been our pleasure to work with organizations like Ingram Industries, HCA Foundation, HCA Healthcare from the beginning, and to have such wonderful partners like Rogers Group, LP Building Solutions, Bank of America, many foundations and individuals who invest in our work and assure that we can continue to serve Metro Nashville Public School in the best way possible. Okay.
How has Pencil had to adapt and adjust during this time?
You know, I'm a dancer, and in the dance world, we say kickball change. And so I have to compliment our staff for kickball changing a lot in the past 2.5, 3 months. As Joel mentioned during the tour, as soon as the tornadoes hit, public school system asked us to immediately begin shifting our work in response to the tornado and the needs that were happening there. So we very quickly helped Metro relocate students and faculty from school buildings that had been closed due to the tornadoes to new buildings, and assure that when they walked into those new buildings, they had the supplies they needed, both on the student end and on the teacher end. Of course, that lasted about 3 days, and then schools were closed. So then, as Joel mentioned, we shifted our product delivery directly to students. We were thrilled to deliver, as Joel mentioned, over 6,000 student kits. As Metro began shifting, delivering individual work packets to students at food distribution sites every Monday, they wanted pencils, paper, scissors, crayons, etc., to support those packages, particularly with elementary school students. So we quickly shifted and made deliveries directly to schools, and had volunteers here packing those packages on a regular basis with appropriate social distancing and mask and CDC guidelines on gloves and hand washing procedures, etc. And we quickly engaged our partners who have been accustomed to going into schools, working with students individually, to making online videos, delivering specific content at all grade levels. And we have been so pleased that now this summer, as MNPS rolls out their virtual schooling over the summer, they're using many of our videos as content for their summer programming, which I think is a great testimonial to the wonderful resources that our partners bring to our students.
Absolutely. That's great. Wow. If I'm a teacher, how do you get involved with LP Pencil Box?
If you're a teacher, the easiest thing to do to access our LP Pencil Box is to go to our website and sign up for a time to shop. As Joel mentioned, we have shopping days multiple times a week and throughout the school year, so teachers can come and shop very frequently. At this point, we've sort of loosened the number of times because we've been so overwhelmed with incredible product donations. And it does run strictly on donations of product. And so teachers can book those appointments, come in and shop, and get whatever it is they need while they're here. And then we have Sandra, Esther, and 2 other partnership managers who interface with schools. They each have a portfolio of schools they work with, largely working with leadership within the school building, who synthesize teacher requests in terms of how partners might engage in the academic work and engage in student celebration work or family activities. And then those partnership managers source those needs and bring partners to the table and make those relationships. We call ourselves somewhat of a dating service. We connect businesses with the schools. I think if you're a business leader, it's a little intimidating to think about just walking down to your neighborhood school and knocking on the door and saying, hey, what can I do to help? And so our partnership managers have wonderful experience in what works well on the business side and the school side. And they help make those relationships easy and make plugging into the school system easy.
Now, speaking of schools, how do you get your school involved in the Reading Partners program?
So we work with district leadership to identify which schools and which students are in specific need of that support. And they usually identify a dozen or so schools every year where they want more students to have that specific engagement opportunity, both to work on their literacy skills, and as Sandra mentioned, just to have a caring adult presence who's in their life weekly throughout the academic year. And so I guess it is important to say that we don't typically at Pencil create programs. we staff and source programs that Metro Nashville Public Schools creates. And so we do rely on the district to determine which schools need reading partners work. And we source those based on their guidance.
So tell us a little bit more about the Teachers for Teachers campaign.
Yes, so I will say that Dr. Adrienne Battle, our new director of schools, is a former Metro teacher and loves the LP pencil box. She thinks that every single Metro Nashville teacher should be shopping with us on a weekly basis. And I will say that typically only 30 to 40% of teachers choose to shop with us over the course of the year. So she wanted to launch the academic year with a great teacher appreciation celebration and embed in that teacher celebration awareness of the LP pencil box. So on July 31st, she has asked us to deliver full supply bags to all 6,500 Metro Nashville Public School teachers. Small target there. So that they feel the love from the community and have the core 10 supply items that they need at their desk to serve their students well, and that they have information about the LP pencil box and have ready access to sign up for shopping and make use of our store throughout the academic year. So we are looking for, we estimate about 125 business partners to make commitments in 20 bag increments that they will buy or have staff donate the supply items to go in those bags. We'll provide the bags and the directions about how to pack them so things don't get crushed, and manage the logistics of getting those supply bags to all 6,500 teachers on July 31st, so that when school doors open on August 4th, pardon me, those teachers are fully stocked and know all about the LP pencil box.
That is remarkable. That's awesome. I love that. So what would you say is pencil's greatest need right now? And how can businesses reach out to y'all to be a part of that?
Well, our website, as someone on the tour mentioned, pencil4schools.org. So that is your entry point to connect with us. And you can find pictures of our staff that you met on the tour today and reach out to individuals, or you can look for specific events and engagement opportunities that way. I would say right now that we all feel that our most pressing need is partnership for the July 31st Together for Teachers. We have commitments so far for almost 30% of those bags, but we're looking for the other 70% of those bags to get filled. And information is there on the website about Together for Teachers. And I would say on an ongoing basis, the number one thing we look for are businesses who want to impact students and want to have an ongoing relationship with the school. So we typically say we're not a one-off relationship. We really do like to create longer-term relationships. I think it's very telling that a company like Ingram Industries was at the table actually creating Pencil, and they're still a Pencil partner 38 years later. So not that every partner has to make a 38-year commitment, but looking for those long-term sustained relationships where businesses will engage with the school of their choice multiple times over the academic year. That's really what we're looking for, is that commitment and that passion to support our students and teachers.
I love it. And one more time as we wrap up, where can people go to learn more, follow on social media, and get to learn more about Pencil?
Pencil4schools.org, and we're on all your social media channels, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Find us, like us, follow us. We do share lots of opportunities on an ongoing basis. And I think there is something for everyone, whether you want to work with a student individually or whether you want to come in and volunteer quietly in the LP pencil box building kits. There are always great opportunities to impact student success.
Angie, thank you so much. We are so appreciative of the work that you're doing throughout Nashville, and know that through the partnerships of businesses and communities and schools coming together, that these children are having a well-rounded experience in their school, and the teachers are able to really supply the experience that they desire to. So thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you all in person soon.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Meredith, thank you, and City Current for shining a light on our work.
Thank you so much, Angie, and thank you, Sandra, as well.